This is our Would You Rather video. We are Throughline Comics. I'm Raymond. Jacob, you know as normal. We have a special guest today, Tyler Raymond, comic book creator, super dope guy. He is going to join us on this Would You Rather. I'm excited to hear what he has to say about it. He has actually one that he wants to share first. So why don't you go ahead, Tyler?
Ben 10 edition. Would you rather you're in the shoes of Ben, 10-year-old kid, or we can make it just everyday life? Would you rather have fire powers like heat blast, or 4 arms and 4 eyes like forearms? Go.
I think heat blast. For sure.
Why? Give me a reason.
Why? Because I think explaining to people why I have 4 arms and 4 eyes might be a little bit more difficult. If people be like, oh, he's got fire powers. Okay. But like 4 arms and 4 eyes, I don't know. That's going to be harder to explain to people.
So I was going to say heat blast, but I thought about like my day-to-day. Okay, so not as a 10-year-old for me, like as an adult, I would want to be 4 arms because I can type twice as many emails. I can write twice as many reports and be twice as productive, and just work. So I'll have like multiple monitors, 2 keyboards. Now, it will be a little bit of training because I have to essentially split my brain, right? To think of 2 things at once. But I mean, he's an alien. He probably could do that, easy. So I would say 4 arms.
For me, definitely 4 arms too, because I'm thinking worst case scenario. If I just got these powers for the first time, I don't know how to use them. I'm not trying to accidentally burn down anybody's house. And in modern day, 4 arms is jacked. I'd have 4 jacked arms, like push-ups are easier. Carrying groceries are easier. Moving furniture is easier. I could probably make a lot of money out of it.
You guys are better than me. I guess I'm just a pyromaniac. Who's over
no,
here?
A fire is cool too. Fire's definitely cool too.
And Raym, you said you wouldn't know how to explain. You ain't got to. Like,
that's true.
What? You can make fun of me?
Big buff alien with 4 arms.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna say anything to you? That's fair. Okay.
Love it.
Okay, I'm gonna do this one. This one I thought was a really good one. So I just want to be honest here. I was blanking on good Would You Rather. So I did some Googles and I found some pretty good ones. So I want to share those with you guys, all right? First one, would you rather be Mr. Fantastic, but every time you stretch, you feel your bones and organs and stuff like pulling and stretching with you, or be a superhero and fight conquest every day, knowing you won't die, but you're going to get your shit pushed in every single time you fight it. So, yeah, you might win the fight, but you're going to walk away. You're not going to walk away. You're going to crawl away, basically, or limp away.
Jacob, you want to take this? You want me to?
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic every day and twice on Sunday. To be like one of the most intelligent people on the earth.
True.
Like,
True.
I will invent like the cosmic level icy hot to like get rid
that's a good point.
of the pain. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Okay, for me, it's tough. So basically, it's like, now I have sensory issues in real life. So the problem is, would you rather have your butt kicked or just be incredibly uncomfortable anytime you use your extraordinary abilities?
Yeah.
I'm going to go conquest on this premise alone. 1, you're invincible. You're incredibly strong. 2, you have to fight him every day. So I'm going to learn his weaknesses.
Right.
And what can be used against him. And you only mentioned conquest. You didn't mention every other baddie, supervillain in the universe.
Yeah.
So all I have to do is take care of conquest, and I'm the best in the universe.
Which he's technically done before. Like,
I'll try it. I'll try it.
And so, Jacob, the reason I did not choose Mr. Fantastic is because I thought about myself, and I thought, I like see things and I jerk all the time. Like when I don't need to do that. Like I like try to catch things that I don't need to. So I just imagine myself as Mr. Fantastic trying to like do something unnecessary and then being like my shoulder, my arm. You know what I mean? That's the first thing I thought about. Well, at least with Invincible, I know I'm not gonna die. I might just have to get my ass kicked for a little bit, but I'm not gonna die.
So like this one, the Would You Rather, Raymond, actually yours, both scenarios change over time, right? Like what Tyler was saying, eventually you'll know like conquest tactics through now, so you just dog walk him after a certain number of fights. Mr. Fantastic, he will invent something that will kill the pain.
I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah,
my
I wasn't thinking about that
too.
at all.
How does that affect it with old age?
Yep. Right. I wasn't thinking about that's a good point. I wasn't thinking about that at all. That's a good point. All right, Jacob, what's your first one?
All right. So my first one, okay. You have Captain America's abilities. So, like super strong, fast, agile, all that stuff. but your sole job is to calm the Hulk down. So if he's out running a rampage, you have to go out there and you have to calm him down back to Bruce Banner. Or, and this is a character from the Wanted series, Shithead, you have to be his roommate.
I know the Wanted series. I've read that. I don't know who Shithead is, though.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, so Shithead is a degenerate version of Clayface. He is literally a sentient compound of evil dude shit.
Okay, yeah.
So
that.
Think of all the bad guys in the world and throughout history, and he is just a collection of their poo. So he's a shapeshifter.
Ew.
What was the first one? What'd you say?
Calm down the Hulk.
Yeah, you have Captain America's. Okay,
yeah, 1000%.
What about you, Tyler?
Okay, so I'm going off my knowledge, facts, and lore here. Captain America is jacked. He's got powers, but he's also friends with the Hulk. So I feel like I could ration with the Hulk, be like, hey, you got a splinter in your foot? Like, what's the matter? Let's talk it out. You might have to take a few punches or get thrown through a building, or you might be able to rationalize with Bruce Banner inside too and say, hey, let's figure out a way to calm you down first. And I feel like obviously the Hulk is one of the strongest characters in Marvel, but I also feel like the discrepancy between Captain America and Hulk is huge. So I feel like he might be able to take a few punches while eventually getting him to calm down. Yeah, that's my reasoning.
I think you're better than me, because if I'm Captain America in this situation, I'm like, hey man, let's fight this guy.
Yeah,
let's fight this guy. There's no reason to punch me. We can punch him.
Loki.
Let's do that together. Yeah, I'm not telling you not to punch anybody. Let's punch him together. How about that? That's what I'm doing.
Smart.
Okay. All right, here we go. This one is a good one. Would you rather be a hero, but every victory costs the life of someone you used to love or currently love, or be a villain and know every lie, half-truth, bad action of a family member, friend, or anyone around you?
Wait, can you repeat the second part of the villain part?
Be a villain, and you know every lie, half-truth, bad action of a family member, friend, or anyone around you.
Ooh, villain, easy. And let me explain why. Okay, so as a hero, you're always fighting this moral dilemma and code. If I know that I'm single-handedly the reason why everyone around me is dying, I'm gonna be super depressed, and that's gonna suck. But if I'm a villain, I don't care. I don't care whether my grandma stole some money. And even in the worst case, you're a villain. You don't have to be the biggest bad of them all. You don't have to go get your butt kicked by the Avengers.
That's a good point.
You could just go hide in your house doing something. Who cares that you know what your dad did last Thursday that wasn't good? I'll take that where I'm not killing people.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
What about
the villain, because I have to shift my brain to being evil, right? And if I have, and knowledge is power, so if I have all this information, I can use that to blackmail people. I can leverage it to my advantage. I can, so it's that's almost the Hulk getting the gem of Sidorak is compounding my powers.
Yeah.
It's kind of I'm bad already, but then I have information that I can make myself even more bad, So yeah, villain.
I didn't really have a good answer for this one, honestly, because on one hand, I feel like that's all heroes. They just lose people all the time, constantly. That's just kind of what it is. But also, being a bad guy in this situation sounds a lot more fun.
Right? Nobody ever tells you that part.
Yeah. Right. I don't know what to tell you. I can just know what people are doing around me. I think I would rather have that, too. All right, Jacob, what's your second one?
Okay, so this one is not
Tyler,
the comic book universe, but it's more realistic. All right, let's say, and Raymond, I wrote this kind of with you in mind. So let's say DC, and you're given two job offers. So there's you're at a desk and there's two offers 1 and 2. The first offer is, as a writer, you earn minimum wage indefinitely. So you'll never make more than minimum wage, and you can't do any side gigs to make more money, or it's just minimum wage, for the duration of that job, but you get to write Batman series.
Damn.
Or you earn a high 6-figure salary, so you're making, some buku money, but you only write onomatopoeias in all series.
What is that?
And those are
what's that?
That's kind of it's like the blam, the kapow, the buzz, the written description of a sound. So in a fight scene,
stuff?
huh?
So old school stuff?
Yeah, like old school Batman where he's punching, it goes
Old school
kapowie.
Batman. Oh my God.
But you can only write that. You're not writing the script, and it's not Batman. It's
Only
all
the
series.
you're saying only the kapow and stuff like that.
Only the kapow. That's
Okay.
all you could do. That's all
wow.
you could do.
Wow.
You want me to go first?
No, hold on.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have a question.
Oh, okay,
no,
you're
wait.
good.
I
Yeah.
have a question. I have a question.
Yeah.
In this
Hear it.
scenario, can I marry somebody rich?
No, nope. So it's either
Wow.
minimum wage, but
Okay.
you write Batman series, or you're making good money, but you can only write kapow for your entire career.
Damn, but I'm alone in both situations. I can't marry somebody with like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, you cut up, Jacob.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
say
It's
that
just you. Yep.
Okay, that's
Just you,
probably
yeah,
the
you're
minimum
al-
wage
yeah.
thing. I don't want to be known as the kapow guy. I think I'd rather do. I think I'd rather do the minimum
The
wage.
kapow guy.
What state am I in? Actually, is a better question. Am I in like Vermont?
Any
or
state
am I
you
in,
want,
like,
your
Mississippi?
choice.
Okay.
Your choice.
All right. I think I'd probably choose that one, dude. What about you, Tyler?
So I've always said, like, and it's funny you mentioned the writing because I'm writing the comic book, but I've always said, like, I'd rather do something in this world that I love, regardless of the money, versus getting paid a lot to do something I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
And at first I was going to be like, wait, if I'm like a famous Batman writer, maybe somebody on the internet will realize how much I'm severely underpaid and make a GoFundMe for me. But I think the main reason why I do it, like, imagine going to like a convention, sitting at a booth, and you have all these people that are lining up to tell you how much your writing has meant to them.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
I don't want to be the kapow guy. I don't care how much money I make. Like, I want
Right.
to touch the lives of others.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I think that'd be really cool.
And I imagine like being a person who, I don't know, for instance, Red Hood's one of my favorite heroes, right? But the people who decided to take dead Jason Todd and make him Red Hood, I would love to be like the person who did that. Like, you don't have to like say my name out loud or whatever, but if you Google who made Red Hood,
Yeah.
and if that was my name, I would be perfectly okay with that. So I think I agree with you. I think minimum wage. I think so.
Hashtag
So-
pay writers more.
There you go.
Yes.
Man,
Yeah.
exactly.
But here's one factor that y'all didn't consider, right? If you are earning minimum wage, essentially you're living paycheck to paycheck, maybe even flirting with the poverty line.
Yeah.
You'll be hungry, and that will take over your brain capacity in writing good scripts.
That is super specific.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Make,
It's
make the
like-
characters hungry for vengeance. There you go.
Right.
Exactly.
Hey, but also
Yeah.
there's like food banks and stuff you can go to.
I'm saying, I grew up in poverty. You can make
Yeah.
it up. You can make it work.
Oodles and
Yeah.
noodles, man, just like in college. Oodles and noodles, man.
Cans of tuna fish.
Exactly.
You're recognized at a dollar store. Hey, aren't you guy that wrote Batman?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't get paid
exactly.
enough.
And they'd be like, "Oh, hey, take some stuff." Like, "Oh my god, I love that." I think that's a good workaround. Okay, this one's good. Jacob, I think you should know this one, but I will agree that I think one of the people you might not know so much in comic books, but in movies. Okay. Would you rather have Nebula as a sister or Loki as a brother?
So good.
I know my answer immediately. Didn't even have to think about it.
I would rather have Loki as a brother. To have a god as a brother, eventually, I think we can form a close relationship, a loving relationship, as brothers.
Yeah.
And then boom, like I'm adjacent to godlike powers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about you, Tyler?
Now, we're talking, just so I have my facts straight, Nebula, daughter of Thanos, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
So,
one.
and I'm taking Nebula. I know she's cruel to evil, but you can use the shared trauma between. Immediately in my head, I went Gamora and Nebula.
Yeah.
So you can use a shared trauma. It might not be easy at first, and she's gonna hate you, probably want to kill you, whatever. My head immediately went to Guardians of the Galaxy,
yeah.
and I think my enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? So that's where my head went to. I think it would go there. I can't trust Loki just because I know he's a trickster, and
Yeah.
like you didn't say I'm Thor,
Right.
so like
No,
I
no,
don't have
as
that. I don't have
ourselves.
that buffer.
Yeah.
I don't have that buffer. So let me go Nebula.
I
Okay.
agree, Jacob. At first, I was thinking Loki because I feel like, you know what, you're right. Like maybe we could be cool at some point. But I also think, Tyler, you have to think about you. Thor got
Yeah.
stabbed like 12 times by Loki before he figured out who he was. You know what I mean? Nebula, at least Gamora beat her all the time. That's why Nebula hates Gamora. You know what I mean? Loki hates Thor just because he's a hater. You know what I mean? Like Nebula got tortured.
She has a
stuff.
redemption arc. She turns good.
True,
Loki does
but
too.
both like
They both
Loki
do.
and Nebula saw their siblings be more favored.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's that.
There's resentment there.
Yeah, there's resentment.
I think that one's probably
That's
one
good.
of the toughest ones, though, honestly, because I could argue I think both of them, but I think based on who I'm trusting more not to kill me, I think I gotta go to Nebula.
Yeah. Like, can you survive the first year?
Right, of being
You know what I'm
Loki's
saying?
brother.
the
Hey,
first-
don't kill me, kill
Yeah,
Thanos.
exactly,
I didn't do it.
Exactly.
Like, I'm just a
Absolutely.
byproduct of what happened here. Like,
Yep.
Okay, all right, Jacob, what's your next one?
Okay, this one's good.
Okay.
I'm patting myself on the back with this
let's
one.
hear it.
All right. Blind trust. Would you rather eat a meal cooked by the Joker or let Azazel transport you to anywhere he wants?
Azazel,
Wait,
for sure.
Who's Azazel?
Nightcrawler's father.
Nightcrawler's like red guy.
Red,
Okay.
Red
yeah.
guy. Yeah. Azazel, 1000%. Are you kidding me? I'm not trusting a goddamn thing from the Joker. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
I need context for mine.
So they're both evil villains. Azazel could just transport you in the middle of a volcano. He can transport you in space. He can transport you at the bottom of the ocean. He can transport
That's
you in the
fine.
middle of
Okay.
a mountain. And then the
That's
Joker,
fine.
the plate he removes
yeah,
and says,
how-
eat out.
how-
I
think
know
about-
my answer.
What is it?
Okay, I'm saying Joker, but hear me out.
Wow.
I'm wearing his shirt, so maybe he'll
Wow.
go easy on me. I just saw that
He
last
played to his
second.
ego.
And two? No. Okay, two. I'm hoping like this is just like the first time we met. Maybe I catch him on a good day. Like
Maybe I kept him
Azazel,
on a good day.
Azazel can transport you anywhere and you're fucked. Like no prep time. Joker, let's say I eat something that poisons me. Like I could be standing right next to a hospital beforehand. Like I'm just trying to think like in my head, like what steps can I do to logically make sure I'm gonna survive?
But
Like you
it's
can
not,
transport to Mount Everest right now, you got nothing.
but
like
it's not
underwater,
like the
deep in the
Joker's
ocean,
gonna
you're
just
screwed.
leave you alone. He's gonna poison you and like take you and like do insane things with you. You know what I mean? Like,
I better
he is
have
going
Batman
to-
on speed dial.
like,
Batman on speed dial.
he didn't show
But
up
see-
for one of them. For Jason Todd, he didn't show up. So
Yeah.
maybe he's not gonna
True.
show up for you.
Well, I'm gonna be standing next to a hospital when I get that DoorDash. Okay.
Okay, just not the one he blows up.
I have to go Azazel, and the reason because the Joker, because even if it's not poison, if he does in the back of my mind for the rest
Yeah,
of my life, I'm
yeah.
like, I ate something nasty, and he just looked at me and
Yeah.
laughed at it.
Exactly.
That's
And-
good.
and-
That's good.
But yeah, like Azazel, and it's a flip of a coin. He may just transport me to the middle of a field somewhere,
Right.
and that's it.
Take me
Yeah,
to the
he's not
desert.
necess-
That's fine.
Right, the desert or something. So he may
Yeah,
not
yeah.
necessarily just want to kill me off rip, but
Joker
Yeah.
absolutely wants to kill you for
he's
sure.
gonna do something. He's
torture
gonna
you
do
or
But
something.
food's
Yeah.
not bad. It's getting sent somewhere with no prep though.
But
Like I feel like what's the worst he could put in food?
what
Like
was
you
the
could be
story?
sent anywhere.
The death in the family, was it when like all of their like he had all their faces bandaged up and he like he captured all the Bat family and he brought them to like dinner and he
Yeah.
had all like the plates on the thing and their faces were all fucked up and it was for Batman and he opened up the plates and like all their faces were on the plates.
That's bad,
Joker
too.
Joker would feed humans.
That's
to
what
you,
I'm saying.
For sure.
I just don't, I
Yeah.
can't.
Well, I might live.
Yeah, that's
like, I-
true. Yes, true. You
Yeah,
might live.
like-
that's true. That's
Like
true.
I just need some therapy after. Like
a
on
lot
the
of
shirt, get
therapy.
some
A lot of
therapy.
therapy.
Like
Yeah. Okay. This
That's a
one's
good
pretty
one,
good
though.
too, I think. Would you rather have Thanos for a father or Ego as a father?
Thanos.
Thanos.
Yeah, I think Thanos too. Ego's just he just wants to kill, he wants to take advantage of everybody. Thanos, at least, you could be on his team and be fine. Ego kind of just took out everybody.
Yeah, Thanos has a strategy. He has like a
yeah.
mission.
Yeah.
It may be like very cruel, right, and cold and all that stuff to wipe out half of life. But it's like once he accomplishes that, he's good. He's just gonna chill in retirement.
Which he
You know
did.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was gonna say the reason why I agree and I picked him, as long as you make sure it's Thanos post crystals, you know what I mean, post
Yeah.
gems, so you don't have to.
yeah.
So you're not getting tossed off a cliff
Right.
as a sacrifice.
right.
And
You go
and
right
who
to
said
the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And who
yeah.
said you have to be half the people he kills? You know,
Right.
maybe if you agree with his ideologies, he'll leave you alone. I would go with
and
him
you
on
just
that
kind of
one.
keep your head down.
Yeah. Like, sure,
Absolutely.
whatever you want, Dad. You know,
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yes, yeah, okay. Yeah,
I'm not helping
yeah,
you with it,
yeah,
so don't kill me.
Spit shine your
glove
gauntlet.
for your gauntlet, yeah.
There you go.
Okay, Jacob, second to last one for you.
Oh, this is my last one.
Oh, it's your last one? Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you're who you are now. So Tyler Raymond,
Oh, boy.
just as you are, but you get a superpower. But the person that assigns it to you, would you rather have a toddler or a very like a old person, like super senile, and they'll just say a power and then boom, it's bestowed upon you.
I feel like young
Okay.
person.
So, you want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it. Go
Okay,
for it.
in my headspace, like, how articulate is this toddler? Like, can they have like,
right,
can they form sentences or no?
right.
You don't know. It's just
Like,
it's a random.
They say
toddler.
"mama, dada," and I don't even know what power I got. The only thing is, I feel like if I go with like somebody super old, like, why are they assigning a superpower? They don't care. They just
Right.
want their diaper changed and want
Yeah.
some free food or something.
Right.
I go with
Or they'll say like something that they want to do. I want to be able to
Yeah.
walk up and down the stairs without my cane.
and my superpower is carrying them. Oh man. Okay, I guess I'll go with the limbo of taking the toddler and hoping however the powers get assigned, they'll misinterpret data as like super strength or something.
Exactly.
At least they're not using it for their selfish gain. Unlike an old person, you know what I mean?
can't do the old person because Jacob, I feel like the old person is gonna be like, you can be a super cleaner.
Yeah, exactly, right?
You can help me with my pills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like, no, sir, I'm okay with that. No, I'm gonna choose the toddler. At least the toddler might be like strongest man on earth or something.
Yeah,
It's
flash him
so
some
stupid.
keys. Maybe he'll give
Right.
you laser vision.
Exactly.
It's a flip of a coin with a toddler if it's something epic or something crazy. But with
Right.
like a older person, I think it would be to serve them
Yeah, absolutely.
or something you could already do. I
Or
could bend
something
over
in their
and tie
own
my
lane.
shoes.
Like they wouldn't
Right.
think. They would think about just what's going on right here.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Okay, last one.
I found
Okay.
one too, by the way.
Okay, you got one more at the end.
Yep.
All right, so my last one. Would you rather have everybody know who you are as a hero? Meaning you can get endorsements, you can make money, but like people know you so they could come directly after you. Or would you rather have a secret double life and be able to exist kind of without the scrutiny of your superheroism, but nobody knows like what you do? Like you walk down the street as you and people treat you like shit, you know?
You want to go first, Jacob, or you want me to go?
Yeah. So I would say the first one.
Yeah.
And especially if it's like if it's like Homeland or Superman
Yeah,
powers,
like Captain
because
America or something like
Captain
that.
Oh, that's a
America,
good point. That's a good
Right.
point.
like, are you gonna try to steal from me? I dare you to.
Right.
Or are you gonna try to whatever? The living a double life, I would be under so much stress every second of every day
Yeah.
that, oh no, did I accidentally leak my, dox myself, or did I, say something that could be interpreted a certain way? Like I would be constantly thinking about how do I cover my, have no footprint digitally or physically or anything.
Yep.
Yeah, it's that to me is it's too stressful. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you,
For
Tyler?
me, I'm gonna go the other side. I'm gonna take the latter, and here's why. When you first mentioned that, I thought it was Spider-Man, right? Where nobody knows he's Peter Parker, nobody knows he's Spider-Man, and sure, it is very tough. He barely has any money, but at the end of the day, he has his relationships with the people he loves. I just can't guarantee, I don't know how many precautions you're gonna have to put in place if everybody knows you're a superhero, because everybody
Right.
close around you, my parents, my dog, my brother, they don't have superpowers. If somebody could break into the house, they might be screwed just to get back at you. Where, I know it's not gonna be easy managing everything, but I gotta take the loved one stability with that.
That is literally the one thing I thought about that made me not want to choose that one, because I was like, damn. Because also, if people know who I am, I'm gonna have to be spending how much time going back and forth to people who are getting messed with all the time. I'm gonna have to run to my mom's house 5 days a week because somebody's trying to break in there because they know who I am. You know what I mean? That was the one thing that made me think, I guess being public, but also if you're Iron Man and like your parents are dead, you know,
Well,
and like it's
so
just
there's like a lot of caveats, right? Like if you don't have a family, right?
Right.
And then also on the other side, because I'm much more introverted than extroverted. So being known, just stepping outside on, walking down the sidewalk, hell no, that's like hell to me. But it really depends on the type of superpower. If I have like Mr. Fantastic, right? I can stretch. No, I do not want to be known because that's not helping me do shit.
Yeah.
But if I am Superman, I just have to regulate one time and people will know.
Yeah, for sure.
Do not mess with him or his loved ones.
What about your villains, the bad guys though? Like I feel like those would be the type of people that would try to push your buttons and know they can get to your family. You would take that risk?
Yeah, I would take that risk if I had like Superman's powers kind of a level. Because I could, put them in my fortress of solitude or whatever. I can do things
cool.
to, yeah. But like I said, if it's Mr. Fantastic, no. What am I gonna do?
I agree.
And they have a longer finger,
Hell, you gotta think Batman doesn't really work if people know who he is.
Yeah, right.
Like you're fucked if you're a regular guy who's
a human.
Yeah, that's it. People cannot know who you are.
Yeah.
So. Cool. All right, Tyler. What was your last one? Go ahead.
So, would you rather the different edition? So, there's two characters in the different, the Stone Golem and Il Jello. They're both incredibly powerful, but they both have very unfortunate drawbacks. The Stone Golem is a giant rock monster that you guys have seen.
Yeah.
So basically, underneath, his name's Cole Matthews. He has rock powers, but how it works is because of his psoriasis and eczema, the rocks grow out of his skin. It's incredibly painful. Now you could turn into this giant, as big as you want, as small as you want, giant rock monster, and you can control like the earth with it too, besides just turning into a giant beast. But every time you transform and shed the rocks off of you is incredibly painful. Or Il Jello, that stands for the frost in Italian. That's him right there. He's got ice powers. So he got his in a failed science experiment when he was in the military. Long story. So he has incredible control over ice powers and ice manipulation. His drawback is because the experiment failed, he no longer can regulate or control his temperature. If he goes outside on a sunny day, that might kill him. If he uses his powers too long and gets too cold, that might kill him. So, which character's powers and drawbacks would you rather have?
Second one. I'm already like that. I already go outside, and if it's too hot, I can't do it. So I think the second one I could do easily. I just won't. Yeah, I'll be fine. They're like, you guys need help? It's 100 degrees. You guys got it. I'll come back when it's colder. Absolutely.
What about you, Jacob? What do you think?
I would say Stone Golem, and the reason is because Raymond, I hear what you're saying, but what if you're sleeping and you have a nightmare or something, or you think you can't control your body, it would go haywire. You could die in your sleep.
That's fair.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I guess, but like,
I would rather know that I would just be in pain for a short period of time as I can control, when I go back to I guess my base form. But yeah, like the Il Jello, I'm just immediately when you said he can't control his own body temperature, I'm like, well, if I could die in my sleep, at any moment, I could just have a dream of whatever.
I'll tell you the remedies that both characters end up using over time to remedy their situation. So Il Jello, after he gets his superhero costume, he besides wanting to look cool, he ends up wearing lots of different layers, and he ends up getting a special watch made that is connected to his internal temperature, so it could tell him, you're too hot right now, you need to remove half of your superhero suit. You're too cold from using your powers, put more layers on. With the Stone Golem, so he got his powers when he was really young. So to use his powers, because of adding all this rocky substance, it's almost like skin, like a layer of skin in a sense. His body has to be like fortitude for it. It has to be like physically able to hold that. So he's always had it in his life. Like he's very muscular underneath. So like he's gotten used to the pain. Like sure, it's uncomfortable for him. Like if he uses his powers too much.
Kind of.
Yeah, like when he was young, his parents made him use his powers too much, and his skin would crack and bleed, and that was extremely painful. He knows not to push himself too far, but sure, they both have unfortunate drawbacks, but both characters have learned to like manage it in a sense. But that's what happens sometimes.
I think I'd take the temperature management for sure. I think
Yeah.
1000%. 1000%.
They're both cool though.
Yeah.
I
they
don't know
are
which
both
one
cool.
I'd take. They both suck in my opinion. Give me Inferno's powers. I want to shoot fire.
Yeah.
Forget that.
But you see, but I personally, and I even, I go on Reddit and I make comments. They have some subreddits like character ideas and OC characters and stuff. That was redundant, OC character. I always like characters that have powers that have drawbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fun part is how do you manage that drawback, or how do you deal with it? Not
Absolutely.
just
Exactly.
just one after the other. Just okay, you're God. That's
You
Right.
can't
One
be that
Punch
OP.
Man.
It's not fun like that. That's what
Right.
makes storytelling good. You have to
Right.
put roadblocks in the way.
I
Yeah.
agree. Absolutely.
well,
Super
those are
dope.
good.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for joining. And
Hey,
us on
I'm
this
glad
one,
I thought.
Tyler.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys answered that for me because I struggle coming up with content on my own for characters. So I'll definitely post that among all the other ones. But that's
Yeah.
cool.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for joining us
Yeah.
on this video. We are always going to do videos like this. We will have guests from time to time like Tyler. Put it in the comments if you have any good would you rathers. Put it in the comments if you disagree with what we decided to choose. Like the video, comment on the video, follow Tyler on all the socials and see his comic book, read his comic book when it comes out. Like I said, we will put all of the information about his Kickstarter and everything else like that in the description. So just make sure that you guys check it out. Cool. Anybody else got anything?
Appreciate
That
all
was
the
fun.
support from everybody.
Yeah. Thank you.